Go sis, go sis, go, go sis, go sis, go.
Here we are.
Yay, we're back.
I know.
Welcome, sis.
Welcome, family. So this is a big debut, Shan. It's the debut of my middle part.
Come on, I love your middle
Do
part.
you love it, or do you think it's stupid?
No.
There's no middle.
Stupid.
There's no middle.
Well, you know me. I think you look gorgeous, whatever you wear.
Yeah, you're totally. You don't count, actually. I forgot.
I don't count.
No, but when it comes to stuff like that, because I feel like you're extremely biased. But
you say I'm biased always, but you are gorgeous. So it is what it is.
Thank you. I miss you. We've been texting and voice noting a ton, but I miss you. We've been moving so quickly.
We haven't been hanging out. It's kind of annoying, but
well, here we are.
Yay, here we are. We're here, guys.
I know, and I want to tell you. So, Shan, I brought my journal. I brought all my things. I feel like I'm just
journal, phone, Bible,
making myself at home. Dear diary. So I woke up this morning and I wanted to read to you what I wrote, because I don't know if I told you I'm doing this new check-in thing. Like, I wake up in the morning and before I get into my Bible and my time with God, I have like a check-in. Like, how am I showing up?
Oh.
You know, and I got it from Yoga with Adrienne.
Yeah.
She has this thing, if you know, you know. But she has this thing that, like, how are you showing up to the mat?
Yeah.
Where you just take a minute and like assess what's going on.
Okay.
And so every time I wake up and I come with my coffee and I'm sitting and I'm like, all right, how am I showing up?
Yeah.
And I wrote today, this is how
I want to do that.
Do it. And then I write like one or two lines just to like give, I'm validating how I'm showing up.
Yeah. I love that.
This is before the Jesus filter.
Oh, okay.
And
cool.
then I have the Jesus filter through my time with God, and then I come out different. So
yeah, no, I love that.
this is how I showed up. This is my real journal, guys.
Let us in. Dear diary.
Dear diary.
No.
Life is moving faster than me, and I can't keep up.
Oh.
And then I wasn't going to read the rest of the part, but I was just like just like boo-hoo. I was like,
You should read it.
I feel unprepared, like in general. I'm overwhelmed. I don't feel like I can do this. All the things.
All the things.
And I was like, no, not anything in particular, just this. Like all of it.
Period.
Like in general, just this.
I can't wake up and Kristin today.
No, exactly.
I can't wake up and Chantel today.
And it was so funny because I'm like, well, you're a downer. Sheesh. I'm like,
I mean, but that's real. Sometimes we wake up like that.
I know.
Like,
you're right. But isn't that a lie? That's the first lie that we all have to get over in the morning, is how we showed up is how we are and how we must stay.
Yeah. Dropping bars already. I love that.
Saying. So how I show up, it's like, okay, let me give it some respect. Let's validate it. But that's not how I'm going to do my day. Like,
period.
That's a luxury I don't have.
Yeah.
I wear too many hats,
Yeah.
But
and even if you did have that luxury, you don't want to. Like, God's calling. God has stuff for us to do, all of us. And so, like, none of us have time to be sitting there and be like, you know what? I'm just going to waste today.
Yeah.
Today I woke up in a bad mood. I woke up sad. I'm just going to waste it.
Yeah.
I'm good.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we could. I mean, we're empowered by our choices, but you and I am like, no, I refuse to stay in this space. So I went on my exploratory mission.
Oh my gosh, I love it.
So I'm like, all right, what is going on? God, please give me wisdom. Show me what's up.
Yeah.
So I'm just looking up some scriptures, and I land on this one in Proverbs 13.
Come on.
It's so funny.
Proverbs
13 verse 4.
Come on.
It says, oh my gosh, look at my new Bible. Did you just see it?
Oh, your new battle Bible.
Is this the first time you're seeing it?
Yes, in person.
Isn't it beautiful?
You sent me a picture. I love it.
That's right.
It's really cute. It's so cute.
It's rose gold. It's so beautiful. So, I'm just giving everyone the full.
How do you see it? It's like the words are so small.
But I have to take it with me wherever I go, though. So I need it to be small. But anyway, okay. Proverbs 13 verse 4. It says, a sluggard's appetite is never filled, but the desires of the diligent are fully satisfied. And so I look up the word sluggard, still not realizing this has anything to do with me, by the way.
Yeah, you're like, I mean.
I'm like, okay, whatever.
Okay.
But let's just study the word and see. And so I look up sluggard, and it's a lazy person.
Oh.
A lazy person, and no one's going to look at me and be like, she's lazy.
Yeah, no.
But I was just trying to glean out of the word. And the first thing I see, Shan, is on this commentary, it says, laziness is an avoidance of duties rooted in the heart of selfishness.
Oh.
And I was like,
why is it screaming?
Right.
Don't yell at me.
You feel attacked. I felt attacked. I was like, I'm lazy. Like, I realized there was laziness in my heart. hard.
Listen, me too.
Because here's the
in
deal.
that way.
Like, I would never think I'm lazy, but selfishness, I'm like, no, I know that's in there. I know that's a core something I've got to,
Listen.
So I wanted to like get into this laziness thing.
Yeah.
Because do you ever want to avoid all the awesome things you have to do? That's the kicker. I love my life.
Yeah.
My
For
life,
real.
all the things I have to do is awesome, but I
Yeah.
wanted to avoid it all.
But here's the thing, I think, and we've talked about it on this show before, is the weight of your blessings, right? Just because we love it doesn't mean it's not hard.
Yeah.
Like people always see me, like I travel a lot for work and they're like, oh my gosh, that must be so much fun. It is. Until you have to go from one event to a red eye to working a full day in another state and then flying right back to LA. Like it's amazing and it's fun, but it is difficult. And so, give yourself grace on that one. I know we're going to get into laziness, but like, I understand. Like you wake up sometimes, you're like, my life is awesome. It's not that I'm not grateful. I'm just validating the hard.
Yeah, thank you. Now I feel a lot better. Thanks.
Oh.
I'm like, thank you. Yeah.
But we can't stay there. That's the key.
So
Validate the hard, but we can't stay in that place where I'm not doing this today.
Yeah, and it's also normalizing that high achievers and people who want to be great and do great things for God can have, those lazy times, those moments.
Absolutely.
So the key is not staying there.
No, I love that. And I think what you said, you were lazy in your heart.
Yeah.
And the struggle is that we can all get lazy in our heart, in our mind, like that mental and emotional laziness. But are we going to let that manifest into I'm lazy today in my actions then? Or are we going to go to the word and transform our mind and transform our heart with the word and then go attack our day?
Yeah. So I found the answer to laziness. Well, I don't know if this is the answer. This is my answer to laziness.
Good job.
Sorry, see, I'm debuting the middle part, and I don't know how to act with the middle part.
No, it looks great. It looks great. It just needed to be smoothed a
So
little.
is this side
it's
freaking
good.
out? Should I do it like this?
No.
Is that better?
No, it's perfect.
There's too much going on. All right. So the answer for laziness.
I feel like this show is really like literally go sis today. Like this is a sis conversation.
Okay, but seriously, we must stay the course.
Sorry. Okay.
Proverbs
Back to the scriptures.
6.
Proverbs 6.
So Shan, the answer for laziness. So I know you're going to love this so much.
Okay.
I know. And it's so funny. I called you on the phone and I'm like, Shan, we have to talk about this.
I love it.
Okay. Proverbs 6 and verse 6. Do you have the NIV version? Yours is right.
Yeah.
Do you mind reading 6 through 11?
6 through 11. Proverbs 6, verse 6 through 11 says, "Go to the ant, you sluggard. Consider its ways and be wise. It has no commander, no overseer or ruler, yet it stores its provisions in the summer and gathers its food at harvest. How long will you lie there, you sluggard? When will you get up from your sleep? A little sleep, a little slumber, a little folding of the hands to rest, and poverty will come on you like a thief, and scarcity like an armed man." Sheesh.
Isn't that good?
Sheesh. Again, why are you screaming at me?
It's so crazy. I started a deep study on ants.
Love it.
No, I started studying ants seriously. And when you think about why does the Bible say consider the ants? Because they're hardworking.
Yeah.
Right?
Yep.
They're
Yeah, those little suckers are.
they're diligent and they don't need they're self-motivated. They don't need someone telling them what to do. Like each one of them are radicalized and knows that we're working in the summer to store up food for the winter.
Period.
Like they don't need someone to be like, okay guys, remember we're working for the summer to store up food for the winter.
Listen.
Like that's what they do.
They're never like, oh, it's too hot. I don't want to go out there. I don't want to go
No.
outside. Like they're just like, yo, we gotta go.
They're like, we will be eating in the winter, right? And they're not self-reliant. They realize that they need a team, that they're not all built the same way with the same function. They actually need each other to get the job done.
I love that.
Huh.
Yeah.
Isn't that awesome?
We need to consider them and be more like them, which is the point of the scripture. But yes, like I need to be like an ant, even though they're annoying. I
know.
Like
I was going to say, I'm glad you said that. I felt like that needed to be said too. They're so annoying.
Yeah.
When it gets hot, they're just there.
You know what though? Part of the reason they're annoying is because they are so focused on their mission and they have a different mission than we do. And their mission gets in the way of our mission. But if we were like the ants, like to take it deeper, like a spiritual battle, right? Satan has a mission and God has a mission. We've chosen the side to be on God's mission. So like we should be as busy as ants as it refers to God's mission. But of course, that's going to be obnoxious to anybody who's not on that mission. So we really do need to take a page from the ants.
Right.
Dang.
Wow. God is so
Different
awesome.
missions.
God is so awesome.
Listen.
So, and that's why he says that, hello, guys, I'm obvious in nature. Like, just look around at how I create things, my design, and you will see me.
Period.
So next time we see an ant and we're like, get away, we're not going to be like, look at those guys. Just doing their thing, working hard.
Yeah. And then I'm going to be like, get away.
No, seriously. But think about this, and I don't know who needs to hear this today, but I needed to hear it because I think so many of us feel like we're on a hamster wheel where we're doing the same thing over and over and over and we're getting nowhere. But when we really think about it, like, no, you're not on a hamster wheel. The little things matter.
Yeah.
Like you could be an ant.
Ooh.
Just working and working and working, and all the little things are going to add up. And I love Zechariah 4:6. It says, do not despise small beginnings.
Yeah.
For the Lord loves to see the work begin.
Oh, I love that scripture. That's one of my favorite scriptures. And it's so key because so many times we can get started and we have this big vision, this grand idea, and we want it to look like that right away. And because it doesn't look like that, we don't start. But the thing is that everything big starts small.
Yeah.
Everything big starts small. And so it's like, okay, well, God's like, listen, I gave you that vision. I gave you that dream. It's supposed to be big because I'm going to make it big, but you have to start small. And you can't despise the fact that I'm going to start with one page. Even one sentence. I'm going to start with one video. I'm going to start with one day reading my Bible. I'm going to start with one prayer, whatever it is, you know?
Yeah. I remember even when we were the conception phase of this podcast, my goal was just move forward every day.
Period.
It doesn't matter if it's like an inch forward. I just need to keep moving forward.
Yeah.
And it's so helpful when you don't like, discount the small beginnings.
Yeah.
You realize there's purpose in it.
Yeah.
You know? And I love the part that you read, and it was funny because I know you wanted to just like stop there, but it's funny. He says in verse 9, how long will you lie there?
Listen, get up.
You sluggard.
Not God talking to me this morning.
How long are you going to lie there, Shan? How long
Literally.
are you going to lie there?
No. And I think that's the thing. Like, how many of us in the morning hit our snooze button or reset our alarm or, be like, okay, I work from home. Sometimes it's really tempting to do something and pat myself on the back and be like, okay, I've earned a nap and then go nap. And you know what? You may have earned a 20-minute nap, but the problem is when that 20-minute nap turns into a 2.5-hour nap and now that's your whole day.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And it's like, this scripture is talking to us. Like, why are you laying down? Just go take a walk.
Yeah, but what is that? Does that remind you of something else in the Bible? It's like, why are you still there? I thought of the pool of Bethesda, the invalid.
Yeah.
It was, in this condition for 38 years. And Jesus is like, do you want to get well? Well, yeah, Jesus, no duh. I want to get well. Yeah. But he starts making excuses and giving reasons like, I can't get well because of Yeah. I can't. I just have to sit here and wallow in my self-pity and I can't do that. And Jesus is like, pick up your mat and walk. And I think that's something we constantly have to, and I think our very first episode ever, like of the first season.
Oh, yeah. We talked about that.
We talked, did we?
Because I think we did because it was hard to get remember the first season we were like, listen, we're just going to show up. We're just going to get to this counter somehow.
The audio wasn't working on like 3 episodes. I'm like, dang it.
Oh,
See,
man.
this is why I just sit me in front of a camera and just let me go.
But you know what? But then God said, okay, because you guys showed up, here's this amazing studio.
Yeah.
But we had to show up first.
Yeah.
So yeah, I do think we did talk about that.
Yeah, and I'm sorry that the audio doesn't work on the episode on forgiveness because that is a really good episode. So if you can just get through the hollow audio. No, but I love what you said, Shan, and I do think we need to stop giving so much weight on our reasons as to why we cannot. You know? And some of them are good reasons. It's summertime right now, and I don't know if I told you about this, but I'm like massively struggling with mom guilt lately. Yeah, because it's just, the kids are, and I have to, I want to do so many things, and everything's important.
Yeah.
And it's kind of like I'm tempted with not the reasons that I don't really give excuses there, but they are reasons like I can't do this because my kids, they're awesome and I want to protect that time. And it can get discouraging when you feel like not all the odds are against you, because I'm sorry, if people with no hands can paint masterpieces, cry me a river.
We're all right. We're doing
I'm
all right.
okay. You know, but still that's the tug of war with myself. Like, I feel guilty. I have to do this. I can't do this. Oh, and then feeling guilty for feeling guilty because people with no hands paint and eat. And I'm just like, no, this is where my mind goes.
No,
make me feel weird.
No. I have been there, not with the mom guilt, but with just the guilt in general. Like, why am I not doing this? Like, God has given me this awesome life. Why have I not conquered the world by now? Why do I feel like I want to take a nap? Why? Blah, 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 all the things. And I think a couple things. Number one, there is always going to be somebody who, quote unquote, has it harder than you. Right? But that doesn't discount the very real struggle that we all go through. We just go through different struggles in different ways. And so I think the first step is just treating yourself, talked about it at the beginning, treating yourself with that grace of validating it's okay to feel this way. It's just not okay to stay that way. Right? Because truthfully, the guy at the pool, do you want to get well? And he's like, I can't, I've been doing this for forever. Yeah, that was a reason. Right. He had a legitimate reason, and he was probably had lost all hope because he had tried it over and over and over again and a million times and it hadn't worked. So like a lot of times we've just lost our hope. We've lost our motivation. We've lost our inspiration for very real reasons. And that's okay. But the power in that story is Jesus is saying, yeah, I get it. But do you have enough hope and faith to try one more time and this way to try my way? Because if you try it my way, it's going to be the last time you try it. Because my way is going to work. Right? And so I think that's the validating, but then taking it to God.
Jesus is undefeated.
Right. He's a G, man.
You know, what did you this last verse in verse 11, poverty will come on you like a thief and scarcity like an armed man.
Oof.
Like that's if we don't get up, if we can't get ourselves out of the sluggardness. Is that a word?
Well,
just classic laziness.
Laziness.
But yeah, like it's a scarcity like an armed man. So of course I look up scarcity.
Okay.
And it says, the demand for services is greater than the availability. And I was like, oh, full circle moment. That's how I felt this morning. That was this morning. The demand outweighs the supply. And I'm like, okay, the demand for me today outweighs what's actually there to give. Right. And so I had to realize, no, I have to shake myself out of this. I have to realize that like the diligence is where the profit comes. And so the careful, the hard work, the consistency, and realizing that we are getting somewhere, you know, and we will recognize it eventually. So
eventually. No, I love that. I think of do not become weary in doing what's good. You know, we can get weary in doing what's good. Another thing that I studied out one time, I told you this on the phone, is the relationship between laziness and idleness. Because no one would look at either of us and be like, oh my gosh, they're so lazy. Right. But I think laziness can be a heart posture of like, okay, I just don't want to, I want to be emotionally or mentally lazy and not do this. But it can also be the fact that we are idling like idling a car. The car is on and you can even press the gas, but it's in park, meaning it's spending all this energy. It's doing all these things, but it's not doing the thing that it should be doing. And that's what happens when we say, okay, I should be doing this, but it's too hard. It's too exhausting. I don't want to do this. So instead, I'm going to busy myself with something else, with something that's easier. Right. In that case, we're idle, but it's still laziness because it's emotionally and mentally lazy. We don't want to do the hard thing. So we do something else to look busy.
I'm so good at that.
I'm so good at that.
Have you ever watched me in the kitchen sometimes? And I'm just like moving things around, and I'm just like aimlessly like just moving things. Yeah. My friend Lindsay says it's futzing. She's like, Kristin, you futz around a lot, and I'm like, is that a Midwest thing? I've never heard about that. But anyway, like futzing around. I don't know, but it sounds right?
Yeah, it sounds applicable.
On a much lesser scale, I don't necessarily think I'm idle, but I do think I futz around a lot and pretend like I'm busy when I'm not. But no, I do think the bigger picture that's super profound, that avoiding the hard things.
is what idle is.
And we've got to just confront the hard things. And I think if, I'm the Jesus filter worked. I'm not in that space. I was like, wow, what was I saying this morning? Because now it's like, 4 hours later?
You're like, I feel amazing.
No, but it really is committing everything to God, one. And just, it's so crazy how when you just dissect passages, it just gives you, the word really is living and active. It just kind of like shocks my heart into a different space.
Oh my gosh.
And then I'm like, oh my gosh, this is so great.
Yeah. It's like, what can I go do right now? Like, you get up and you leave your quiet time ready to conquer the world. Like, okay, I can do whatever God needs me to do. But I think God designed us that way on purpose.
Yeah.
I think of John 15, where I'm the vine, you are the branches. Without me, you can do nothing.
Yeah.
Like literally, I gotta plug myself into God in the morning, just like I have to plug my phone in at night.
Yeah.
When I don't plug my phone in, it's not gonna work.
Right.
It's just that simple. If I don't plug myself into God, I'm not going to work right.
Right. But that goes back to the lie that we cannot believe that how we wake up simply is how we are. No, it's not. It's not. You can still pivot.
Yeah.
Some wise advice I once got is like, you're just one prayer away from being good again. You're just one conversation away from being good again. You're just one quiet time away from being good again. Like it feels so real when you're in the moment, but it's just, you can pivot and we will pivot. And so for the go moment, moment, I was thinking one thing to move forward. Pick one thing to move yourself forward. Doesn't need to be a million things, just one. Maybe that's getting up 30 minutes earlier. Maybe but it's so funny when you said the snooze thing, like how people hit snooze. Why do we put our phone right by our bed though, so that we can hit snooze? That's like, we don't want to get up. We know the night before that we're not planning on getting up. Otherwise, we would put the phone over there where we have to get up, walk over there, and turn it off.
Listen, I'm gonna put myself all the way on blast. I started moving my phone, and the other day I literally got up, turned it off, and then got back in bed. I'm not even gonna lie, and I was like, I am physically choosing to get right back in this bed right now because I don't want to get up.
I do not want to get well. Thank you for asking.
No, I could get well, and this is, but I don't. No, for real.
Yeah.
So, but I think that comes down to sorry, put myself on blast, but that's a whole nother. Again, doing things for me. It's going to bed earlier.
Yeah, that is.
And I always say this, but I've been doing good.
Yeah.
Like the last week. I was thinking what you were saying about it only takes one prayer, it takes one quiet time. And for me, I was on the struggle bus for like a month.
Yeah.
And I was like struggling. And then I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna go back to what I did before.
Yeah.
I'm going to have pretty quiet times.
Yeah.
I'm going to take pretty notes.
Yeah.
I'm going to sit in a place that I think is beautiful while I spend time with God. And it has changed everything, really. It's really cool how it just works.
I know. You do seem lighter, actually.
Yay.
So go moment, move forward. Yes. One thing. Do you like that? Do you like that? Is there anything else?
I love that. Move forward. To do the things you did at first. That's my go moment. And to consider the ants,
right?
Those
cute little diligent guys, them.
Oh, look at things from the ants' perspective.
No, I love that.
Do it. Just go.
I love that.
Just go, sis.
Go, sis.
I feel like we end it all the time. Just go.
We do, but before we go, we do need to say, everybody, go to our new website.
Oh, yay! Go there.
So we create this amazing website. You create.
Yay!
Not really. I just
we did. We totally did.
This amazing website, and it's like the best kept secret. So everybody, we have a new website, gosispodcast.com. Check it out. It's amazing.
Yes, go there. And if you go to our website, you can actually join our email list that will give you an identity confidence challenge. Wait, no, what is it? A spiritual identity challenge.
Yeah.
on the website. It's free. You just join our email list. It'll get sent to you automatically, and it's really good. So.
I know. I'm excited. I'm writing the email this week. And,
Yay.
So maybe I'll open up my journal again and, the inspiring parts. And,
Yeah.
I'm excited to expand the family.
So go there.
I love you, Shan.
I love you. We love you guys.
Go, sis.
Go, sis. Woo, go, sis, go.
Go, sis, go. Go, sis. Go, sis, go. Say that.